What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'll be trying to predict who will win the NFC East. Remember, if you guys like these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel as it does help out a lot. Okay, so the NFC East is definitely one of the worst divisions in football, but it's so intriguing because since every team is so bad, it is actually one of the closest division races. And when I said that every team is bad, I mean that every team is very, very, very bad. The Giants and the football team are tied for the division lead with a record of 4-7. 4-7. To put that into perspective, 4-7 is the record of the worst team in the NFC North, and every team in the NFC West has a better record than the first place team in the NFC East. Yeah, it's that bad. The Eagles are in third with a record of 3-7-1, and the Cowboys are in last place with a record of 3-8. The division as a whole has a record of 14-29-1, which is 6 less wins than the next worst division. But every team is within one game of each other, which is why even though the division sucks, the division race for the first place is actually kind of competitive. So let's try to predict the rest of the season for each of the four teams and see what record they will each end up with. So let's start with the current first place team, the Giants. The Giants have a difficult remaining schedule. They have to play 4 out of the 5 games against winning teams before they finally get an easy game against the Cowboys. But even that game isn't a given. Daniel Jones is also injured for an unknown amount of time, so you have to factor that in, though I believe that he will be back at least against the Cowboys. I don't see the Giants being able to beat the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Browns, or the Ravens, so I do think that they should beat the Cowboys at the season finale, which would give them a total record of 5-11. And this is unfortunate for the Giants because I actually think that they are the best team in the NFC East, but they just have such a hard remaining schedule that I don't think that they will be able to win the division. Oh yeah, and spoilers, finishing with a 5-11 record won't win the division in my predictions. Looking at the football team's remaining schedule, it is pretty easy and definitely way easier than the Giants' schedule. The remaining games are against the Steelers, 49ers, Seahawks, Panthers, and Eagles. That is only 2 teams with a winning record and 3 games against teams with losing records. I think that the football team will lose to the Steelers, lose to the 49ers, lose to the Seahawks, win their final 2 games against the Panthers and the Eagles. That'll put them at 6-10, which is a very good record for this team and this division. I believe that the football team is the second best team in the NFC East right now, just behind the Giants, but you could make a very convincing argument that they are the best team in the division. Looking at the Eagles' remaining schedule, they probably have the second hardest schedule in the NFC East, just behind the Giants. They have to play 3 teams with winning records, but they do get to play the Cowboys and the football team. The Eagles have a problem because not only do they have one of the hardest remaining schedules in the division, they have a turnover problem and they don't have any weapons. I think that the Eagles will lose to the Packers, lose to the Saints, lose to the Cardinals, beat the Cowboys, and lose to the football team, which would put them at 4-11-1. And as you can see, that would not put them in first place in the NFC East. And I think that there is a 0% chance that the Eagles win the division just because of how bad they're playing and how hard their schedule is. And my prediction shows that they won't be in either that they would be in either third or fourth place depending on how the Cowboys season ends up. So speaking of the Cowboys, let's predict them next. I mean, they're the only team left, as we kind of have to do them now. They probably have the easiest schedule out of all of the teams as they only have to play one team above 500, and that is the Ravens, who are having COVID problems right now, so they probably won't be at full strength. But given that, I still think that the Ravens will beat the Cowboys. Then I think that the Cowboys will beat the Bengals. They'll lose to the 49ers. They'll lose to the Eagles, and then they're going to lose to the Giants, which would put them at 4-12 and the worst record in the division. So if you guys need a refresher, I have the football team going 6-10, the Giants going 5-11, the Eagles going 4-11-1, and the Cowboys going 4-12. And that's right, I have the team with no name winning the division and hosting a home playoff game against a much better team where the football team will almost definitely lose. So the pointless question to who will win the NFC East, my answer is the football team. But if you guys disagree, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you guys agree with me, also leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Too easy!